We have more breaking news to discuss here on Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Two new signings for the Bears. We'll start with this one here. Linebacker Tremaine Edmunds, the second linebacker signing of the day for the Chicago Bears, joining TJ Edwards, who signed earlier. This is the big one, though. 4 years, $72 million contract, $50 million guaranteed. Tremaine Edmunds gets a bag from Bears general manager Ryan Poles. Wow. I did not see the Bears signing two linebackers on day one of free agency, and I know there will be a lot of talk of, that's not good positional value. Why are you doing that? Well, you added two impactful players, and Matt Eberflus is on record saying the will linebacker spot is the second most important spot on this defense. So if you put Tremaine Edmonds at will, which I would assume is going to be the plan, even though he's played more middle in Buffalo, I think that would be the case. Now, Tremaine Edmonds, 102 tackles, had a sack, 6 tackles for loss this past year. But he's excellent in coverage. Graded out as an 88.1 coverage grade for PFF, which I think is the highest graded among linebackers. He was the 5th highest overall graded linebacker this year. Per PFF, he had an interception this year as well, 6 tackles for loss. The Bears are loading up at linebacker in free agency, and Tremaine Edmonds is the latest edition of doing just that. This is why you subscribe to the channel for more Bears free agency coverage. Day one is heating up. Free agency news, rumors, tracker. We'll have you covered with all of it. Hit that subscribe button if you want the latest updates in real time. Subscribe today. Turn on your notifications for the latest around the Chicago Bears. So let's look at this linebacker position. I'm just kind of projecting/guessing this. You give the big contract to Edmonds. I think that's your will linebacker if I had to guess. TJ Edwards, it was reported earlier from Brad Biggs that they're going to slide him to middle and that Jack Sanborn would compete at Sam. And if this is your linebacker trio, Edmonds, who's great in coverage, so you'll probably sit in base a decent amount, TJ Edwards and Jack Sanborn, that is pretty damn good at the end of the day. I like this a lot. Edmonds is 6'5", 250. It's the biggest 4-year contract for an inside linebacker in NFL history, but with how good Edmonds covers, I don't mind it. Roquan went for 5 years and $100 million. Edmonds, you get 18 per year compared to 20 for Roquan. I would probably say Roquan's been slightly better in his career, but Edmonds is only 24 years old. And if you asked me, would I rather have Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards or Roquan Smith only? I would take Edmonds and Edwards, and let's be honest, for those who are going to be barking about Roquan, I understand it to an extent. When he went public with that trade request in training camp last year, I think that pissed off this new regime, and so they moved on. Remember, they got a second-round pick for Roquan Smith, and now they add Edmonds and TJ Edwards in NFL free agency. So what is your one-word reaction to the Tremaine Edmonds signing? Let me know down in the comments below your one-word reaction to Chicago adding Tremaine Edmonds on a big contract. Now, the Bears have also signed an offensive lineman. We will get to that news here in just a moment, but I do want to shout out today's sponsor, Athletic Greens. They've been hanging out as our sponsor all day long on day one of NFL free agency. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I started taking AG1 a couple of months ago on a daily basis, and I've never felt more energetic. 1 scoop a day has gotten me back into my routine, back into good habits, and I absolutely am thankful for that. Not only is AG1 getting me back into that good routine and habits, I'm already seeing better digestion as well. Improving my gut health is something that I've needed to do for a while, and now that's happening with a single scoop per day. Get the scoop, mix it with water. I put some ice in there as well. Keep it nice and cold. Shake it up, and you are good to go. It actually tastes really good as well. I also like that it costs less than $3 per day. Pretty good deal if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients, a true win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So, go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Link is in the comments and in the description of this video. Helps promote your gut health, supports your immunity, boosts your energy. Those are some benefits of Athletic Greens. I have never felt better than I have in the last couple of months. So if we go from Tremaine Edmunds to Nate Davis, the offensive guard who signs with the Chicago Bears as well. 3 years, $30 million for Chicago, so that's clearly starter money. The question is, for me, where does Nate Davis start? So Nate Davis will be 27 this year, so he's still a young player. He has played strictly right guard in his career. Now, most guards are interchangeable, and you would think he could flip to left guard, but Tevin Jenkins has played right guard for you last year and played pretty well. Do you want to move him again to play Davis there? Or do you cut Cody Whitehair as a post-June 1 designation probably and plug in Nate Davis at left guard? If he can play left guard, I would think you do that. Maybe you move Tevin Jenkins to left guard. Or do you try Tevin Jenkins back at right tackle? I think there's a lot of options for the Chicago Bears. I know this, though. 3 years, $30 million for a guard is undisputed starter money. So Nate Davis will be a starter on this Chicago Bears offensive line. He gets $19.25 million in guaranteed money on this 3-year, $30 million deal, so he will start. Now, he missed 5 games last year, 3 games the year before that, so he's had some nicks and knacks a little bit here. Pro Football Focus graded Davis as a 70.6 overall last year, above average. Pass blocker, 67. Average to above average. Run blocking about 70, above average. And again, he played strictly at right guard. He had 4 penalties, 3 sacks allowed, only gave up 1 hit to quarterbacks last year, so that's pretty good. This is kind of my loose depth chart. Do you try Jenkins back at right tackle? That seems unlikely with how well he played at guard, but I just don't know what their plans are. Cody Whitehair is still on this team, so until he gets cut, he's a starter. Yeah, I've seen the idea, could Cody Whitehair go back to center? I find that unlikely. I think the most likely scenario is either Jenkins or Davis will play left guard, the other one plays right guard, and then you either draft or sign a right tackle. That is what I would guess, but we'll have to wait and see. I know this, Nate Davis is going to start, so I have to pencil him in as a starter somewhere, but this is a very loose and fluid offensive line depth chart, so just keep that in mind. Grade the signing of Nate Davis, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments. I think a solid B, B+. Even if it's a slight overpay, you need better offensive linemen, and Davis is easily one of your 5 best. So I like that aspect of it. I think he's a scheme fit, so that should help as well. A, B, C, D, or F, grade the signing of Nate Davis. So this is where the Bears sit in free agency now. They re-signed Kari Blasingame, the fullback, to a 2-year deal before free agency, probably vet minimum. TJ Edwards, 3 years, $19.5 million. We've talked about him a lot. I think he'll be your middle linebacker. That's the best value signing, I think, in all of free agency so far. He was fantastic for Philadelphia last year. Nate Davis, 3 years, $30 million with almost 20 guaranteed to play somewhere. I think he'll play one of your guard spots. I would guess left guard, but we'll see. And then Tremaine Edmunds gets the bag. 4 years, $72 million, $50 million guaranteed. Also being reported that is a front-loaded contract, so that gives Ryan Poles flexibility a couple years from now when the Bears, ideally are even, going to be an even better football team. So he won't be costing as much against the cap. And with the $75 million they had to work with in cap space this year, they probably don't mind front loading that deal just a little bit. So there you go. That is where the Bears sit right now in free agency. Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis, the 2 newest signings. TJ Edwards signing earlier today as well. Don't miss any of our coverage as it is ongoing here at Chicago Bears Now. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. We're going to have you covered for all of it here on the channel. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago, Tremaine Edmonds and Nate Davis.